Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is Sporty Monday. And of course, we are discussing all matters sports. We've just heard from the Lionesses team. Of course, that's ahead of the rugby competition set for this weekend. And now, let's shift gears a little bit and look at the basketball scene. Nairobi City Thunder, the Basketball Federation League champions, are already laying down elaborate plans ahead of the season tip-off, with the team acquiring new sponsor ahead of the campaign. Steve, I'll start with you. Thunder, basically a giant, so to speak, winning back-to-back titles, and they're showing no signs of slowing down. The tip-off hasn't taken place, but you can see, of course, the elaborate measures they're already laying in place.
But you see, their dominance is just a one-man show, if I would say. A big challenge to the clubs that traditionally dominated basketball, KPA, Cooperative Bank, Post Bank, KCB at some point. So probably it's a challenge to the corporate world to continue investing into the sport, because Thunder came in and revived that fire that went under. I remember when I used to grow up in Nairobi, when the estates were traditionally Nairobi estates, when you used to have social halls. No, I was not a basketballer, but I had a cousin called Alan who really was into the game. He played. I was into football, so we used to go to City Stadium to watch Madara United play Gor Mahia, FC Leopards. Then he could take me to Nyayo National Stadium, the gymnasium, to watch the basketball matches. They used to happen at night. Very thunderous, so to speak. So what Thunder is doing is just a reminder of what we used to have. So it's a challenge to those teams that dominated. Can we revive these sports? The fans are there. If a football fan like me would go and watch a basketball match, it's only that you are not giving us the best. Please give us the food on the table. We will be there to eat. Congratulations to Thunder. They are doing it. Let the spirit keep up the spirit, and try to ensure that you recruit as many fans as possible. Thanks to Zita. She really brought a very beautiful story of this team. So the journalists are also doing a good job to help the sport grow. We are asking the stakeholders, the Kenya Basketball Federation, be as active as the Kenya Football Federation. We love all these sports. You've talked about rugby. Look at the color that rugby is bringing at home. Look at the color football is bringing at home. We watched the match over the weekend, the Harambee Starlets, Boys. All these things put together, I think they put Kenya at a platform that will be looked at by the international community and say that Kenya has something to offer.
You see, Thunder, actually, my fear is we risk seeing a lot of hegemony in the league, and all predictions are we could take that direction, because I don't really see any ambitious club as Thunder are. They'll be going back to BAL, and actually 8 tickets are up for grabs. But you look at the pace and the momentum they are building, really, no one is following in their wake.
No, that hegemony is important sometimes, because it should be a challenge to the yesteryear's so-called giants. Chitera has just aptly put it here, that even in the recent years before the coming of Thunder, City Thunder, KPA were really dominating, you see, and so they've been challenged. It is now their duty to show that they can also raise their standards to challenge. But it will allow me to reflect not only on the disparity that is there between the Thunder, for example, and the other clubs, but also the whole spectrum of basketball in this country. You know, you and I know very well our chief reporter in that bit, Dennis Kamariki Sabwa.
Has been a frustrated man.
For the last 3 weeks now, we have been asking him, what are you offering us? on the basketball front. And for a second weekend consecutively,
third week running,
the league has been postponed. The kickoff of the league, you see, it has been postponed. And when you ask the reasons, no good reasons. I don't think sponsors want to work with that, where you are not even sure when the season is starting, when it's ending. That's number one. Number two, the question of even like fixtures. For many years now, sometimes you can't know which team is playing which team until maybe a few hours to the games.
To tip off,
So basically, when you look at that kind of disorganization, I also feel for Thunder, because I've been looking at the kind of investment that even the NBA is bringing to Africa as far as the game is concerned. So those who embrace this kind of support, those who embrace and they're serious with the facilities and the structures within their home countries, they're going to reap big out of it. But if you are found and your house is not in order, other teams are going to benefit a lot, and that disparity is going to show even when it comes to the national teams. So basically, there's a big question about the federation. And may I also say this, Swila, since the demise of the former federation boss, Banautula, may he rest in peace, we really have not had a very elaborate, campaign or to show that people want to take this to the next level. So basically, I'm saying that for Thunder, it's good news to us that at least within a really disorganized league, sorry to say so, we have one team that is very organized and they can carry us in that continental level.
Which is a major concern. But first, let's take a listen to what Thunder leadership and the coach Ibs had to say when they unveiled their new partner ahead of the new campaign.
It's a very exciting partnership because it represents a lot of what Nairobi City Thunder does, and we want to connect with Africans all over the globe and push borders. And so a lot of our values are aligned with Senda, and we're excited to have them on board as our premier sponsor for the upcoming season.
It's a global brand, and as we grow as Nairobi City Thunder, it's really important for us and significant for us to be partnering with bigger global brands as we, which align with our ambition to be a Pan-African powerhouse and to compete at the Pan-African level.
We're working on that. We hope to have that happen, as well as forming kind of an elite competition team here locally, which would be a mixture of top local players as well as some international players for our BAL team to compete against on a regular basis. We did something similar in our preparations for Elite 16. We felt like it worked really well. We felt well prepared, and so we'll kind of use a similar model in our preparations for BAL.
Ziti?
Sia has touched what I wanted to talk to. Because as a federation, you need to have planning, and you need to have apart from planning, you need to work closely even with the journalist on
who's the federation chair
and on how everything is going. I don't want to go to that, Sia. So I just want to say that